Look again at verse 13. Verse 13 says, I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Now, leave this up here for a second, please, Chris, because we got to talk about this verse for a moment. This is a verse that has been mistreated in many ways. The translation of this verse in the NIV is very good. This is, in my opinion, the NIV about 2011 has some problems and it has some good things about it. I mean, they're just like all translations, there are good and bad. This translation of this verse in the NIV 2011, this is the best translation of this verse in all English translations. There's not a better one. This is it. Like, this is the best translation. And the reason is because of that simple pronoun, I can do all this. Do you see that? I can do all this. That word makes this the best translation of this verse. Most translations of this verse say something like this. I can do all things through Christ, through him who gives me strength. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. And while that sounds really good on a coffee mug, and it will sell all day long on a t-shirt, and I think Tim Tebow put it on his eyes when he played football. That translation, I can do all things through him who gives me strength, is missing the context of what Paul has been saying up to this verse. It's too broad. It's not true. That too harsh? It's just, the word this is a pronoun. And the translators, I can do all this, they chose this as opposed to all things. They chose the pronoun this to help us capture the context of the whole section. Now, English 101, a pronoun always has a what? It starts with an A. Who knows it? Anybody? Antecedent, right. A pronoun always has an antecedent. You're all like, I don't know why I'm here right now. I didn't know I was coming to English class. I actually taught college English for a little while, guys, so, buckle up. All right, so I can't even, we may need to have some English class around here. Nobody knew what an antecedent was. So every pronoun has an antecedent. Well, what is an antecedent? That is, the antecedent is the idea or the word that the pronoun is pointing back to. The pronoun is standing in the place of the antecedent, right? And so the pronoun is saying, hey, the word this is pointing back to something. And so what is the pronoun this pointing back to? Well, in this case, the word this is pointing back to verse 12. So let's reread verse 13. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. I can do all this. Well, what is it? What is the this? What is it that you can do, Paul? We'll go back to verse 12. I can do all this, verse 12. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. And so verse 12 is Paul saying, I have learned how to be content. I've learned how to, whether things are going great or things are going bad, it doesn't matter. I've learned how to be at peace. I've learned how to be confident in God. And okay, I've learned all this. Back to verse 13. How have you learned it? Well, I've learned all this. I can do all this through how? Through him who gives me strength. You see how we read the Bible? This is how you read the Bible. You slow down a little bit, all right? You slow down a little bit, and you read the Bible, and you say, okay, what's actually the context here? When you read verse 12 and you read verse 13, there's no way Paul can be saying, I can do all things. I can go to the moon through Christ who gives me strength. There's no way Paul can be saying that. There's no way he can be saying that. What he's saying is, I have the secret of being content no matter how bad my circumstances are. And that secret is the strength of Christ. I am dependent on Jesus Christ. He's the one who gives me strength. The word this in verse 13 is the key to unlocking the secret of contentment. This equals being content in every and all circumstances.